We created the API or the service interface. Now let's move to the last part, which is the retrofit instance. Since we are using retrofit for network calls, let's create a class that provides us the instance of the retrofit. Inside this service API package, I'll create a new Java class and I'll name it as Retrofit Instance. The retrofit library is used for making HTTP requests to web services or APIs. The retrofit instance class is a crucial component of retrofit that acts as a central configuration point for defining how HTTP requests and responses should be handled. It provides settings like base URL, converters, and other configurations necessary for making API requests. I'll start by creating an instance from retrofit. Private static retrofit equal to null. Initialize it as null. Then I'll create a private static string base URL equal, and here I need to specify the base URL. We specified this part in the API service interface. We're going to specify this base URL in the retrofit instance because this is not changeable. Here you specify it, HTTPS API the moviedb.org/3/. Don't miss this slash. Then I'll create a method, public static, named as getService method, and its returning type is of type movie API service. This method will provide us with a movie API service. Let's start checking. If this instance from retrofit equals to null, then what we're going to make, we're going to initialize retrofit and create a new one. So retrofit equals to new retrofit.builder. And I'll use base URL. Here I'll specify this base URL. This method sets the base URL for all relative URL paths in your API service interfaces. All endpoints defined in the service interfaces will be relative to this base URL. So the base URL defines the root URL for the API you are interacting with. All relative URLs specified in your API service interface will be appended to this base URL to form the complete endpoint URL. Think about, you start with this base URL, then the service interface will add the movie popular endpoint, and then it will add the query parameter API key and its passed value. Think about, this is the job of retrofit. Then add converter factory, and here I'm using GSON Converter factory.create. This method specifies the converter factory to use for serializing and deserializing JSON data. In this example, JSON Converter factory is used to convert JSON data into Java or Kotlin objects and vice versa. Retrofit supports other converter factories like Mochi, XML, and more. But in our example, we're going to use, and we used, the JSON Converter for serialization and deserialization. And we talked about serialization and deserialization. The last step is to use the build method. Finally, you call build method to create the retrofit instance. Again, the converter factory determines how the data is converted between JSON or other data formats and Java or Kotlin objects. After creating a retrofit instance, you can use it to create instances of your API service interfaces. These service interfaces allow you to define and execute API requests. So here we have this, and outside this if statement, we need to return retrofit.create, and here I need to create a movie API service to return it in the return statement. So movie API service.class. So when you create a retrofit, you need to pass a service interface that define and describe the API endpoints and their request or response formats.